We get the action underway, perhaps uncovering a new talent or two. Jackson Asiku, remember him recently? First up for us live, this welterweight attraction, Ajose Olusegun, the Nigerian southpaw, based in Camden Town. A perfect record so far, but so hard for him to find opportunities. Same might be said for the man he faces, Ali Nuumbembe. Although here on Sky Sports we have seen him impress previously. He's right in the frame for a Commonwealth title bid of his own now. So a great attraction to get us underway at the York Hall Bethnal Green. Commentary team at ringside tonight, Adam Smith and Jim Watt, and our Master of Ceremonies, Mike Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to viewers joining us live and exclusive on Sky Sports to ringside live from York Hall here in Bethnal Green in the East End of London. Our officials this evening are all appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Our official in charge this evening, Mr. Michael Collier. Maloney Promotions, in association with Maloney's Fight Factory, and sponsors Red Square, Tread Index, Stan James, the sports bookmaker, and BBE Boxing Equipment, proudly present a contest of 10 3-minute rounds at welterweight. Between and introducing, firstly, in the red corner, wearing the red and black trunks. He's formerly from Namibia, now fighting out of Glossop. Weighed in at 10 stone 7 pound and brings to the ring a 17-fight professional record, 15 wins, 6 wins coming by way of knockout, with 1 loss and 1 draw. Please welcome Ali Nuumbembe. And his opponent across the ring in the blue corner, wearing the all-white trunks with the green trim. He's formerly from Nigeria, now fights out of Kentish Town. Weighed in at 10 stone 2.5 pound, comes to the ring undefeated as a professional. 16 wins from 16 contests, 7 wins coming by way of knockout. A welcome please for Ajose Olusegun. The timekeeper at the bell is Mr. Peter McCann, the referee in charge of the contest, Mr. Phil Edwards from Preston, and this is 10 3-minute rounds.
Gentlemen, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect of you both. Follow my instructions. When I say break, break cleanly and take a step back. Watch those heads in close. Touch gloves. Good luck.
What a fascinating clash to get us underway here tonight. Real trade affair that's been put together only this week. 2 talented Africans based in Britain. There's Ajose Olusegun and Ali Nuumbembe. Quality operators, and Jim, how refreshing that they've both taken this gamble.
Yeah, this is a tremendous match. I mean, 2 fighters based in Britain who no one seems to want to fight, so they're fighting each other. It'll be the only way they can get work. Full credit to Nuumbembe for taking this at short notice. Olusegun has been in training for a 12-rounder for a number of months, so you wonder if the natural weight advantage with Nuumbembe or the preparation will tilt it in Olusegun's favour. But what a tremendous match.
Yeah, Olusegun meant to be challenging for the Commonwealth light welterweight title, but he's up at welterweight after those plans were scrapped. He's coming at 10-2-6. Nuumbembe at 10-7 after just 4 days' notice. And he looks so much bigger in there than Namibian now in Glossop.
Well, I haven't noticed in the very early stages that the southpaw stance is going to be an advantage, although he hooked a nice little clip onto the side of the head there, Olusegun.
Right from Nuumbembe. Olusegun undefeated in 16. The silky southpaw fought for Nigeria in the Olympic Games. Nuumbembe, a classy amateur himself, and this one already warming up this early.
Well, Nuumbembe looks as though he fancies he's the naturally bigger man, so he wants to impose himself as soon as possible. But he doesn't seem to be too worried about just again that southpaw hook. Looks maybe slight to inside of the glove with that one. But Nuumbembe taking more chances than we're used to see him taking.
Yeah, you may have seen Nuumbembe. We featured him a bit over the last couple of years. Built up a cult following up north. Olusegun, we don't know too much about. unproven, really.
That's a knockdown. No, he's called it a slip. There's a couple of cuffs on the side of the head. Maybe partly balanced, but there's no question a couple of clips on the side of the head. Nuumbembe's gotten away with that one, I think.
Nuumbembe down. 40 seconds was left in the first round. Trips down this time. No knockdown on either occasion called by referee Phil Edwards.
Well, a close opening round, maybe the better quality shots coming from Olusegun. But Nuumbembe really fired up, as I say, taking more chances than we're used to seeing them taking.
Gets his gloves up there, Nuumbembe. Fast finish from Olusegun. Interesting. A very warm welcome back to the York Hall Bethnal Green Thursday night entertainment. And was this a knockdown against Nuumbembe?
Well, a couple of little southpaw jolting hooks. There's one. Okay, maybe the inside of the glove landed, maybe even the wrist. So maybe that's why it wasn't called. Yeah, you can see it was kind of, and it wasn't even in the target area. But it was the punch that put him over, but an illegal punch, so maybe a good call from the referee.
Here's the second round. We're in the 10 stone 7 welterweight division, and that weight interesting because Nuumbembe is the natural man here. Olusegun up from light welterweight, but he may just have the speed to give Nuumbembe trouble.
Well, I would say if Nuumbembe had the same notice for the fight that Olusegun had, he would be my favourite. But I just wonder, taking this at short notice, what kind of shape was he in? What kind of weight was he when he was offered the fight? So, how long can he keep this fair old pace that he started?
He has kept fairly active, Nuumbembe. He was in training, but he's had fights fall through, and he's just slipping there on the boots. I wonder if there's a problem.
I think he actually stood on Olusegun's toe there, and then as he pulled his toe away, he slipped. But that's the second time he's had problems with his boots.
Yeah, we have seen at times the scorching on the new boots, not done properly. Keep your eye on that, the white and red of Nuumbembe, as he tries to establish the jab.
Olusegun missing pretty wildly there. That's unusual for him. He's usually pretty controlled.
Olusegun has had the problem that he's in the who needs him club. No one really has wanted to share a ring with him after he dismantled Bradley Price, who's now a Commonwealth champion himself down in Wales. It's a good performance from Olusegun. Can he produce another like that?
Yeah, they've both had big performances that should have launched their careers on a bit, but it didn't have that effect. I mean, Nuumbembe against David Barnes.
Yep, Nuumbembe, who got a draw with David Barnes, who, ironically, is supporting Nuumbembe at ringside tonight, Barnes. Both under the tutelage now of Bob Shannon.
A lot of punches out of range in this round. I mean, two quality operators. Maybe they're just nullifying each other's work just with that little change of range. But an awful lot of missed punches in this round.
Olusegun trying to set the rhythm. That is southpaw skills work. Nuumbembe's a tough customer and very determined and disciplined. Hard to shift.
Difficult one to score, so many missed punches, but maybe just Olusegun.
Joseph Mensah in the corner, trains the Nigerian amateurs, and Ajose Olusegun listening intently. Managed by James Oyebola, all 6'9" of him, former British heavyweight champion, and a great figure around the scene. It's good to have James back working in the sport. Here's the third round. The white trunks of the 26-year-old, based now in Kentish Town, formerly from Nigeria, Ajose Olusegun, and the black and red of Ali Nuumbembe. Calls himself the silent assassin. Builds up a cult following, having stayed in England after the Commonwealth Games in Glossop. Probably hasn't had time to get too many of his fans down here tonight, Jim.
Now that is the problem with the short notice stuff. That really, for me, is the biggest fear. I mean, already he's settling down Nuumbembe, picking his punches, whereas the first couple of rounds he looked like he wanted to make an early impression. Maybe he's going to start using his head a little bit more now.
Right hand from Nuumbembe. But here comes Olusegun. Doesn't seem to be worrying about the natural weight disadvantage. He's backing up Nuumbembe and outspeeding him and outclassing him in this session. Good uppercut. Look at this from Ajose Olusegun.
I wonder if Olusegun feels that Nuumbembe's not as strong as he expected up close. But he certainly took some chances there, landing cleanly. Nuumbembe really forced onto the defensive there.
World class in the unpaid ranks, avoided as a pro. Maybe, just maybe, he's something a little bit special, Olusegun. We just don't know yet.
See, the thing with taking fights at short notice, it's not just the condition, even if you're in good nick. If you've not been sparring, the timing's not right, then you're working harder, you're forcing punches. So already little signs that Nuumbembe is struggling. And we're only in the third round here.
So at the moment, his physical advantage being nullified by Olusegun's training and speed and nippiness around the ring. It's quick, isn't he?
Yeah, and he can afford to set the pace. He's been in training for this fight for a long time. Well, not this particular fight, but for a 12-round fight.
Vital fight. The winner really will be knocking on the door to titles.
I mean, for Nuumbembe, a fighter who people want to avoid, he's taking a big chance, because if he loses his #1 spot for the Commonwealth ratings, he could be right back to square one.
Away with that jab all the time, Ali.
The red corner, Bob Shannon, fighting fit Jim.
You need to be getting them jabs.
Just trying to fire Nuumbembe up a bit.
See, he was too easily caught with punches in that round. His movements had slowed. The counters had no real snap in them. Early signs that Nuumbembe not maybe in the kind of shape you need to be for this fellow.
Highly competitive match put together just a few days ago. Ajose Olusegun was meant to be fighting for the Commonwealth light welterweight title. Firstly against Ted Bammy, who pulled out, then against Colin Lines. And he's been left with a welterweight affair against Ali Nuumbembe, ranked about 5th in Britain, Nuumbembe, at 10-7. He's had a good start, Olusegun.
Well, Nuumbembe, as I'm saying, well in line for a Commonwealth title fight held by Kevin Anderson. But he's boxing here at welterweight. If he loses, I do not know what his position would be, because we expect Olusegun to go back down to 10 stone again. So he's put his career on the line here.
Yep, Kevin Anderson, who took that British title as well as the Commonwealth at 10-7 in such fascinating fashion in the Midlands a few weeks ago. Retaining the Commonwealth, winning the British from young Muttley in a back from the brink thriller.
I've never seen Nuumbembe countered so easily as he is here. He's sticking the jab out and his body weight's falling forward, just asking to be countered.
Little trickle of blood also from the nose of Nuumbembe, who has lost once before back in Namibia against Bethnal Green, but he says it was very tight, that one.
But it's noticeable that Nuumbembe's not trying to impose himself now.
Left hands and rights from Olusegun, who's cranking up his combinations and just drops the hands.
These are tired-looking punches coming back already from Nuumbembe. No real snap. Olusegun is able to walk right through them.
Is this just a case of one decent fighter having been in training for 12 rounds and the other taking the gamble? Doesn't look like it's going to pay off at the moment for Nuumbembe. It's flashy from Olusegun. Do you like what you're seeing?
Yeah, well, I liked it, and the last time I saw him, but I mean, there's a look of confidence now that Nuumbembe will not be liking, because he's tried to impose himself. It hasn't happened, and Olusegun just looking that little bit flash at the moment.
Nuumbembe looks frustrated. He's won all 16 so far, Ajose Olusegun, and he is, at the moment, Jim, you'd say on the way to winning number 17.
Yeah, well, he's looking as though he's enjoying himself, and I'm sure Ali Nuumbembe will not be liking that too much. But there's no snap in Nuumbembe's work, and it's as though Olusegun senses that, and he's in control.
Bob Shannon gives Nuumbembe a tap on the chest as he comes out and tries to turn the tide. The classy fists of Olusegun really befuddling Nuumbembe tonight, just not found any sort of momentum. Just can't get into this. He needs a big shot to change things.
He's struggling trying to find the range, and he can't afford to waste punches if he doesn't have the stamina to call on. And here's Olusegun forcing him to stand and trade.
And add to that the speed of a natural light welterweight against a steady welterweight not known for his fast hands. Left hand, southpaw style, maybe adding to the troubles for Nuumbembe, who's digging in.
But again, Olusegun's good defence, catching most of those, good jab there. But he just comes through it again. The best punches that Nuumbembe can muster, Olusegun's coming through them.
It's a rounded performance from Olusegun again, gets his hands up, good defence. Promoter Frank Maloney watching with interest at ringside because he believes that Olusegun can go on to bigger and better things. So too does James Oyebola.
No, there's definitely something missing from Nuumbembe's work here, and it's obviously the preparation. The preparation hasn't been done for a fight at this level. He's taken a big chance, not looking good at the moment.
Olusegun just looking for the body there. And some of these punches look very heavy from Nuumbembe, look very forced. And he lunges there, and Olusegun takes advantage once again. It's, at the moment, going all wrong for the silent assassin from Namibia.
I mean, I was really surprised when I heard that Nuumbembe had come in at short notice, because this is a tough fight for anyone with a couple of months' notice. So, coming in at the last minute, not a good plan.
Another session for the very confident-looking Ajose Olusegun. Let's get over to hear what Spencer Oliver has to say with Ed Robinson.
Well, Spencer, what's the big difference between them? Is it Olusegun's speed?
Olusegun started faster, he's sharper, and he's in range all the time. Nuumbembe is just out of range, and he looks a little bit sluggish, and that's what's telling the fight at the moment.
How does Nuumbembe make good use of his weight advantage?
Nuumbembe needs to press forward, needs to find his range. He's just out of range at the moment. He's not finding the target, and Olusegun's just nailing him every time.
How do you see it going from here?
I think that Olusegun is gonna win the contest.
Thank you, Spencer.
Yep, he's certainly on top of Ajose Olusegun. And as you look at a very poised, controlled corner, the heavy breathing of Ali Nuumbembe over the other side is more noticeable now. And it's so calm from this classy Nigerian, hoping to remain unbeaten. Won't get his Commonwealth title dream that he thought he would be fighting for tonight, but maybe there is more opportunities ahead. Just got to get the job done.
He was a kind of weary-looking figure in the corner there, Nuumbembe, not looking as though he couldn't wait to hear that bell to start the next round.
Only 6 knockouts for Nuumbembe in 17 fights, so not a massive puncher, and you feel he needs something to really back up Olusegun, who's doing everything at his own pace. Is there a way back?
Well, I don't think there's a way back. If it's energy is the problem, I mean, where do you find the energy? And that just seems to be the big problem for Nuumbembe. He knows what he wants to do. He's not been sparring, he's not in the right kind of shape, he's not in the right kind of condition, the stamina. So he just has to try and pace his every move. And it's not working against a fired up Olusegun.
Yeah, rather vacant looks on the faces of David Barnes at ringside and Bob Shannon as Ali Nuumbembe's head snapped back. Well, all credit to him for taking the risk, because that's what it is, but it could leave him in the shadows.
Well, all credit to him for the courage he's shown, but I don't know if it was the smart move. His career was going well, okay, it was struggling, but he was in a decent position. Either Kevin Anders would have to defend or relinquish, and he'd have stepped in for the vacant title. And he's come in here, okay, I don't know his circumstances, he does this for a living, maybe people have got to earn a wage, obviously. But no, it's not a decision I would have made, and I'm wondering if he's beginning to agree with me. There's no snap.
Oh, right hand, huge shot, and again, down goes Nuumbembe, and that may well be curtains. Phil Edwards takes up the count. He's not going to make this. Ajose Olusegun is already celebrating. Ali Nuumbembe stopped in the 6th round, halted for the first time in his career, and it's the big, big win for the Nigerian based in London. 17 out of 17 for Ajose Olusegun, and he has arrived.
Yeah, a tremendous performance from Olusegun. He was fired up, he was treating this as the biggest fight of his career. I feel so sorry for Nuumbembe. He's been an avoided figure for the last couple of years. Now he's given everybody the chance to avoid him, because he's been stopped at the welterweight division, so there's nobody going to be chasing for a straight crack.
Olusegun stops celebrating, just goes over to make sure that Nuumbembe is okay. Such an amiable chap, Ali Nuumbembe. Sort of taken to him over here. But whether it was the weight factor or the short notice, or whether this guy's just that bit better, maybe everything combined.
Yeah, well, full credit to Olusegun, but I have to say, Nuumbembe didn't have the condition required for boxing at this level. I mean, you can see when the punch landed, it just drained everything from Nuumbembe. It was bang on the chin, it was a beautiful punch, it was a full power shot, there it is. And you can just see the way the legs sagged. Okay, the other couple of punches were what actually bowled him over, but the damage was done with that single shot. You can see sagging there, nowhere to go. If he hadn't gone down, the referee would have to jumped in and stopped it then and there. But he was in no condition to continue. That was a beautiful punch, but didn't have the reserves of strength or stamina to absorb that punch and come back from it. Nothing left, empty tank. And it was looking like that for the last couple of rounds.
Olusegun must have been disappointed not to be fighting for a title, but he didn't let that show. His big win over Bradley Price, who he stopped, followed by this over Ali Nuumbembe, and people are going to have to take notice, and they do, of this celebration.
Well, that's an impressive scalp he has on his belt now. Although he's up at the welterweight division, he probably won't want to capitalise on that. I'm sure he'll want to get back down again. He only weighed 10 stone 2.5 pounds at the weigh-in for this one, so there's no way he wants to stay at welterweight. But I tell you, if he did, he could be a force.
Wonder what Ted Bammy and Colin Lyons are thinking of not taking this fight. Ajose Olusegun, biggest win of his career.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes 19 seconds of round 6, Ali Nuumbembe fails to beat the referee's count of 10. The winner by count out and undefeated now in 17 contests, Ajose Olusegun.